Hello again. So this is the second part of direct variation. See how it goes. Basically, direct variation is y equals kx, where y stands for y, x stands for x, and k stands for the constant of variation. And it can be written as y varies directly with x. Basically, the y and the x are together in the numerator but on opposite sides. And the k is always in the numerator no matter what, whether you're doing inverse, joint, or direct variation. So anyways, I have this problem here. If y equals 3 and x equals 6, find the constant of variation. But we're going to go a step further. Besides figuring out the constant of variation, we're going to talk about putting it back into the equation, because that's probably the second part of what your teacher would want you to do anyways, if you were doing it. So here we go. Y equals kx, 3 is y, k is k, x is 6. Solve for k, which means you have to divide by 6 on both sides. K equals, 6 divided by 3 is 2 over 1, so that means that 3 divided by 6 would be the opposite, which is 1/2. That's how I tell students to do it if they can't do 3 divided by 6 in their head. 6 divided by 3 is 2 over 1, except it's upside down. So you figured out the constant of variation. And by the way, don't just write 0.5, because if your teacher doesn't want a decimal as the constant of variation, they could mark it off or take points. Especially if this were like 1/3 and you put 0.3 repeating, that's pretty sloppy. Don't do that if you don't have to. Back to what I was going to say though. So what you do is you substitute the k back into the equation, the direct variation problem, and you leave y as y and x as x. So y equals kx, y equals k is 1/2, and x. And that's basically how you do a direct variation type problem. Direct variation is a linear problem that crosses y-intercept of 0. Basically it crosses at the origin. Other than that, that's pretty much all you really need to do for direct variation. Not terribly difficult, but a little confusing for students sometimes. Not my theory, my reason as to why I know it is because it involves a heavy dose of reading, and students some students don't actually feel comfortable about reading problems in math. It annoys them, it bothers them, it frustrates them, flusters them. So hopefully that'll help you out with direct variation. Right now, have a great day. Goodbye.